There's a lot of people's voices in your like talking in your ear, like she needs to do this, she needs to do that, and then I had to realize like she's the one that's actually strong and courageous, and the rest of us are like running and hiding and going dark and blah blah blah. And she's like, no, I know who I am. Go f yourself.
Now look, y'all. A man is supposed to protect his wife. I can't hate on that. But there will be a time where a woman must protect her husband too.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready for this.
Akaash is back, but this time, it seems like he's fed up. But I think his anger is misplaced because the real enemy is sometimes laying right next to us. Let's move.
You know what's crazy? My wife, when I was going broke, she was making a vision board, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't know why. I thought it was too good to do that. Like,
no, were you guys married at this time or
no,
just
we're dating?
Okay, this is dating. You broke on her couch, living off of her.
Hey.
For a little while, at this point, we're in a shared one bedroom. She and I have the living room. We put up a wall, and then there's a guy who has the bedroom. Shouts to my old roommate, Case. He's the best.
This is so great.
But it's just me and her and our puppy in the living room with the French doors. So that's our bedroom. And I couldn't even afford that.
Do you need some money?
So
she's looking out for you.
She's
believing in you and your dreams.
Yeah, I mean, she's stressed, but like, she's like, I'm not leaving. Basically, she's like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I want to be with you. I want to marry you. You're my guy. You're my man.
Now, did she know how broke you were at this point?
Yeah.
She knew you were flat
I was
broke.
very transparent about it.
Okay, so you didn't like keep her.
No.
couch.
I don't. I would rather be honest and everybody leave than be phony and
and stay.
Yeah, genuineness is something I strive for. I'm not saying I'm the most honest person, but that's what I strive for. But then I remember she made a vision board for me, and she put Joe Rogan on there. She put Radio City on there. She put one other thing that didn't happen, but I don't care. I think it was the Comedy Cellar, and I was like, well, who cares? But Radio City's happening. Joe Rogan has happened twice, and then I think she might have put Netflix on there. So we'll see what happens with this one. I don't know. We'll see.
Fingers crossed, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
You know you need to thank her, right?
All the time. I buy her nonstop things.
I know. I see her. I love her, by the way. She
Wait. Thank her for what, though? Because she believed in him? He was going to do that regardless.
I love her. I think she is so kind and genuine, and I love that she talks whatever she wants to talk about. She pops that at whoever.
Yeah.
But there's something special about that, and you're really lucky.
I agree.
You're really lucky.
Yeah,
and
no,
I'm
it got
sure,
me in some hot water, but I don't. It's fine. I don't, like, it was good for me to go through that and be like, oh, that's all noise.
All of it.
None of that matters. Yeah.
Yeah. And, for people who are listening, they might know, but it's like a different audience. Like, I didn't realize in the space that you function in a podcast world, because you guys are very, very famous. I didn't realize, like, people were giving your wife a hard time for standing up for you or having an opinion.
No, she said shit that if I said it, everybody would say it was a joke. And she and I have because we've only had sex with each other, she and I have a relationship where it's like, I don't give a what you say. She doesn't give a what I say. I have her location. She has my location. Every time if you look at 90% of her TikToks, they're on our couch. Like, she don't go nowhere without me. So I'm like, whatever you say, I don't care. I know you. But the internet just ran with it and made it a thing. And at first,
man, we're not gonna let you do that, bro. I'm not gonna let you sit up there and say, "Oh, the internet just ran with it. The internet just took it and ran with it." The internet is gonna reflect whatever you give to it. If you sit up there as a woman and you disrespect your husband, we're gonna call it out.
I wanted to ask you, how did you really feel? Because I can't ever gauge, because you are a comic. You're so good at this. You do have thick skin.
Yeah.
I have seen, meaning for the most part, the success that you have had, I don't know. I don't feel like things really phase you like that. So I couldn't gauge if it really hurt.
I was deeply phased.
But what hurt you about?
It's just they're saying it about your wife. And I think the stuff they say about me will make me insecure. But when you're saying this about my wife and you're calling her all this vile stuff, people were messaging my mom and her mom.
No, Akaash, you can't let your wife get... Bro, I'm trying to let this video play, y'all, but this is triggering me. You cannot sit up there and let your wife get on these platforms and talk shit and then try to get upset when people call her out on it.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're gonna let the camera keep rolling.
This is not true. This doesn't even make sense.
She's a whore. She's this. She's that. It was like, yo, this is crazy how far this is going.
I'm gonna let it play.
And everything she said, y'all are chopping up. And I've probably done this to 1,000 famous people, so I don't knock the people who did it.
Sure.
But it did let me, I think, God does everything for a reason, and I think for me, this was God's way. Because this is how I found out I had some level of fame.
This is recent.
Yeah.
So you're just realizing your fame now?
I didn't know, because people would be like, what was your I made it moment? I was like, I haven't made it. What are you talking about? And now it's like, well, when the whole world called my wife a whore, I realized I'm doing okay.
That you've made it.
Yeah. That's how I found out. But I think it was just like, I'm watching them say this about her. Y'all don't know her. You're doing it off a 2-minute TikTok.
That's right.
I know this woman, and I read people pretty well. That's kind of like what most of my clips are about.
Right.
I'm not that big of a moron that a girl would lie to me for 14 years or whatever, 10 years, about being a virgin, and I would not even bother watching her TikToks to find out she talks about getting, you know what I mean? Like, none of this, how are we believing this? I couldn't understand it.
Bro, people lie every day, B.
I don't know nothing about that.
What you mean?
But I think it was God's way of telling me, you always say you want like a happy, healthy family. You need to know what comes with this fame thing and decide if you really want it. And I realized I don't really want that. I want to be the best stand-up comedian I can be, hopefully ever. Yeah. All that other shit, I don't care. If we go to the Met Gala, she probably made me. I don't give a about walking on this stupid red carpet. Your pick, like, I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
Now I just want the happy, healthy family. And you know what? You actually probably have dealt with more than I have. And maybe even more than what she has, because they've been going at y'all for years.
A gazillion years at this point. That's why I think I'm so surprised, because you have always been so nurturing to Colin and I. Every time that we have seen you, you have done nothing but show us support. So it's always conflicting for me when I see your name in the news or something. I'm like, Akaash is a nice guy. What's going on? I don't even tune in like that, right? Because of what's happened and what I've been through and seeing the lies that people have said about Colin, I'm very, maybe God was teaching me a lesson early on, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really look at headlines. I don't look at clips like that. There's always, now I'm always like, well, I need to know everything before I have like an opinion. So that's why I was more surprised, because you've always given me words of encouragement to keep going. You've never, man, it's like you made me feel good at some of the times when I've ran into you that I know I'm not feeling well about everything. I don't want to, just like you, I don't want to see people bashing my husband. Yeah. It's just terrible, especially when you know this person, they're a good person and they're selfless and all this. So I was surprised that, and I don't know, maybe because I was like, maybe he's acting because he could do this. Maybe now like comics are all actors now. But then I can understand why it bothered you. Like hearing that
man,
right
that's
now.
The love of your life, and you're with the love of your life.
That's
and
right.
and here's a story I'll tell on your behalf that I would tell everybody. This was before, probably the off season before the whole controversy started, before the protests and all that started. Colin came to a taping of Guy Code versus Girl Code, and I tell the story to everyone who ever brings up Colin. He was the most low maintenance person I've ever seen. Even people who were on camera, like this guy's worth. At this point, I think it's on a $100 million contract. I don't know what the bonus was, but he's a rich guy. Super quiet. I remember I went up to him. I shook his hand. He said, "Hi, I'm Colin. Nice to meet you." Gave me a handshake. Was very kind. I don't know. You made him do something to like prove the bond, like with a door open or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I poop in front of him. Well, the door open. It's important.
You like force the issue. Yeah. He taps my knee when that happens. He don't even know me. I'm just some bum on this. Like he taps my knee. He goes, "That's true." And he was so like proud of you. And I was like, "Yo, this is a good dude." So whenever that whole controversy started, I was like, I don't get.
What does that have to do with him being a good dude? Because he's allowing you to take a shit in front of him. Y'all gotta stop this shit, man.
What y'all have to say about him. You know what I mean?
And I'll never forget that, Akaash. Like, because you could have easily just continued the bandwagon of just disrespecting him or just, talking mean. And you always share that story, and it always like makes my heart happy, because that is Colin.
Yeah.
So kind. So through and through, that is Colin.
Yeah.
So I get how you feel when someone's talking about your family.
Yeah,
like, what are we talking about
I got
right
no context.
now?
Yeah.
But do you feel like, how do I say this? I don't want to say it's like, is it on site, or are you evolved at this point?
There's certain people that it's like, I don't know if it's on site or what, but it's like, I think God will give you yours, and
Sure.
That's
You're
kind of
evolved.
what I kind of try to remember that. But there's a side of me that's like, maybe it's a short guy thing, but I really identify with like Kendrick Lamar, where it's like, if we want beef, I'll destroy everything. I'll burn everything down. There's a little part of me that's pre-therapy.
No, we don't want that.
That's like, I don't care about the money. I don't care about whatever. You came on my wife. Let's just burn it all down.
I get it. How did she feel about everything?
She was done. I mean, look, it affected her for sure,
course.
but she said, this is where I don't like, I wish people knew, and I said this to her before she started doing social media. She's the most like multi-dimensional person I know, where she pops off, says crazy shit, says disrespectful shit, but also is so spiritual, so grounded, and so like so sweet, and so like she has so many facets to her. She said on like the first week this was happening, she goes, you know what, baby? God knows what's true. We know what's true.
That's right.
What else matters? Who cares what anybody thinks? And I was like, I care. What are you talking about? Were you crazy? But she just kind of kept that energy. She was like, whatever y'all think about me is whatever y'all think about me. I know who I am. God knows who I am. That's it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's stressful, and like I had to realize there's a lot of people's voices in your ear, like talking in your ear, like she needs to do this, she needs to do that, and then I had to realize like she's the one that's actually strong and courageous, and the rest of us are like running and hiding and going dark and blah blah blah. And she's like, no, I know who I am. Go f yourselves.
Yeah.
So
were you surprised that some people were telling you that she shouldn't be on social media? Like she shouldn't have a voice?
No, I think the thing I guess
what was surprising?
Yeah, the thing that surprised me is so many people ran and made videos when they have my number or they have we've messaged each other on Instagram, and it's like, yo, you could have just asked me what really is happening.
Yeah.
Like people are saying foul stuff about her, and one guy was like, man, I hope I get to talk to him, and it's like, man, you got my number. You could just text me. He's talking about my marriage and like, oh, I know he had an arranged marriage, and it's like, really? Because you weren't invited to the wedding, so how would you know if we had an arranged marriage or not? We didn't, which I wouldn't mind if we did. But I guess the idea was like he didn't know what he was getting into because it was an arranged marriage.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, but you didn't. I never even thought of inviting you. You weren't. If I thought of 1,000 people, you didn't make that list. So why are you running out here talking? You could just reach out as a human. And then I realized this fame thing is a monster, man.
That's right.
And people want that badly. And they'll run and talk about you for views, even if you're friends. And that's where I'm like, man, I don't want that. I don't want to sacrifice the morality. I didn't get into this to be famous. I thought it was cool at the time.
Dude, Akaash, bro, you're not stupid, right? Like, you're not a dumbass dude. At no point in your brain did you ever say, this could go wrong. This might go left. Hey, babe, make sure you just say these things. Don't say this. Don't make me look bad. It's some women that would never talk shit about their man. And then there's some women that think it's funny to make fun of their own man. They think it's funny to show the world how they talk in private. That's not cool, man.
I got into this to be the best comic possible. Everything else is noise. Take care of my family, be the best comic possible. Everything else is nonsense. And that's kind of where I sit right now.
And you feel good about it?
I feel much lighter, dude, when I realized like my ticket sales were not affected. They've gone up, if anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, these people have their community online and they bash people, and that's good for you. That's not an existence I would love, and I have my existence, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Were you surprised at how many people were so quick to say something because they thought it was your downfall? Like, you were like, oh, that's how you really feel about
Yeah, I guess, I don't know if I thought it was, because I don't. This sounds like I'm being fake humble. I think because I'm surrounded by so many people so much more successful than me, I never see myself at any kind of peak. So to me, there's like no downfall to happen, because again, this is like the first time I thought, oh, I have some level of fame that what my wife says is newsworthy.
Right.
But so I don't think downfall. I think I was just like, oh, y'all just want this fame thing more than anything. And I've realized it's addictive, and it can, I think, lure you in before you realize it. You're addicted to it, and you're saying stuff about like, we're supposed to be really good friends, and you're saying stuff or letting stuff slide. And I'm like, you're not a bad person. You just really want the fame. And
so that's up. No matter how we look at that, if you friends with the guy or you know him personally, you got his phone number, hit him up. My question to this part right here is he going to address the elephant in the room? And the elephant in the room is Andrew Schultz. Because honestly, like, Andrew Schultz is the one that really proliferated this whole thing. We wouldn't really be talking about this if she wasn't on that podcast.
You might be kind of broken if you've seen the other side of fame and you've experienced it and you still want it. There's probably something wrong with you. Ooh. I don't personally want that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize this is where we're at now. Truly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
Because that it's freeing.
Yeah, it is freeing.
It's freeing now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. But I think it's also revealing. I think it shows everybody's cards, right? When you go through something, you're like, oh, that's what you said. You have my number. You could have just called me.
My circle got a lot smaller. And you're in the circle, even though we don't hang out. It's like, yeah, but she didn't run her mouth. She didn't do it. She's on the radio every day or whatever. She could have done whatever she wanted, and she just didn't.
Yeah.
And that is a thing I admire. There's people I thought I was sure would run with this that didn't say anything. That I was like, oh, that's cool. I respect you for not just dogpiling and doing it for views.
I also think it's weird when people pull family in.
Yeah.
Right? Like for something that they don't know. And it's like now you're running with a whole narrative that like you don't even know is true.
Yeah.
And I have just, again, God humbled me maybe years and years ago. Like, I know what lies can do and what that pain can be. So I try to be as respectful as I can. It may not make me as popular, but I can sleep all right at night knowing, hey, man, I didn't do that when I could have. I could have kicked you in the back and but I never did that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this has to be hard because here you are headlining Radio City Music Hall. And you don't want to be famous, but you are.
Yeah. Look, being famous for what
Akaash,
you love to me is different. Like, I don't think I could ever sell as much as a Nate Bargatze. I think
Akaash, man, you still don't get it. Anytime you pick up that phone and you decide to place something on your digital footprint for everyone to see, you have to be willing to take the criticism. That is something that everybody signs up for. You may not have the full-on mental repertoire to handle all of that pressure, but everybody signs up for it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like you didn't know that this was gonna happen and you're so surprised that the internet is beating on your wife. Listen to what she said. So look, man, if you made it this far, that means you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and smash that like button and go ahead and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Other than that, I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.